In today's tutorial, we're going to look at significant figures and practice a bit and then review the rules at the end. Now, my first example is going to be 1, 2, 3. Now, you'll notice that there are no tricks or anything with this one. It's just all non-zero numbers, so it's going to have 3 significant figures. Our next number is 0.123. Now we do have a 0 in this position, and we're going to see that it is to the left of our decimal, and it will not count as a significant figure. So this one we're also going to have 3 sig figs because this digit, this one, and this one are all non-zero digits. Now our next one, we have 4 non-zero, good. 5 non-zero, good also. 6 non-zero. Now we have a 0 in this position and this position. I like to look at these ones called a sandwiched position because they're sandwiched between 2 non-zero digits. They are significant. So this one will have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. Now our next one has scientific notation. So if we look here, it's times 10 to the 4th. Now the scientific notation does nothing for the sig figs. It just adds extra zeros or placeholders. What we're looking at is our front number. Now we have a non-zero as our first spot, a non-zero as our second, and now we have 2 zeros to the right of the decimal, and we'll find out that these zeros are here for a reason. So rightmost zeros are significant, so put check marks, and this will have 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures. Now if we take a look at our next side of the column, we have 30.0. Now there's a different way to think about this one, is that 30.0 is, this 0 is there for a reason, and we'll also notice that it's to the right of our decimal, so this one's significant. But what about this one right here? It's sandwiched between a non-zero digit and a decimal, and it is also significant. Non-zeros are always, so this one will have 3 sig figs. Now if we take a look at 22 milliliters, it is just like our example over here. 2 non-zeros, good to go, and this one will have 2 sig figs. Now our next one has a lot going on, so let's go as we go this way. We have 2 leftmost to our first non-zero digit. Now this one is to the right of the decimal, but since it's left of our non-zero, they do not count and they are only placeholders. This 0 here is sandwiched between 2 non-zeros, so it counts. 8 always counts, and this one's to the right of the decimal and a non-zero digit, so it does count. So only the first 2 did not count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures. And our last one, we have 98,000. 9 and 8, both good to go. But what we notice is about these 3 zeros do not have a decimal point at the end. So there's no decimal tying them in, kind of like a bookend. So these zeros are not significant because there is no decimal. So we would say this one has 2 sig figs. Now what if it was still 98,000 and it had a decimal spot? If a decimal is present, that means that they are all significant up to the decimal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures here. Now let's review the rules quickly. Is that all non-zero digits are significant. Any sandwiched zeros are significant. Leftmost zeros are not significant. Rightmost zeros are significant. And those are the basic rules. Now you also have rules that if it is a tangible quantity like people, meter sticks, they have unlimited number of significant figures. Same thing with if you're using constants. But please check with your textbook and your teachers for their sig fig rules near the end. And I hope this clears up sig figs for you.